Hi, I'm Cindy Matalucci with The Pulse. I'm here with the one and only John Varvatos. How are you?
Hey Cindy, I'm great. How are you? Great to see you again.
It's so good to see you again. I know last time we spoke it was at your store opening in San Diego. The West Coast is becoming a thing for you, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think we have more stores in California than any state for sure, yeah.
We're so excited about your debut. The Runway show is coming from New York to South Coast Plaza. What was the inspiration for this?
Well, we're here to celebrate South Coast's 50th anniversary, which is pretty amazing. So the biggest, best, most special center in America celebrating 50 years. I mean, in today's world, to have a center like this that is so beautifully done and curated, and in a world that is kind of mixed up in retail today, it's amazing. And so they asked us to join them in their celebration, and I was thrilled to do it.
Well, and Anaheim Duck Foundation, and then benefiting Orange County Children's Hospital, so it's a great cause. Well, we have to talk about the Wild at Heart campaign. Fabulous. I mean, the leopard print zip-up jacket, the lynx jacket, I'm obsessed. What was your inspiration for this?
It started in, we worked on this, collection like a year ago, okay? So we were in the middle of an election year, and I felt that the word wasn't getting out there that we were headed down the wrong path. And I was looking for those rebels today that have the voice, that want to shake stuff up and make noise and spread the word that we need to make change in this country. And so it started with that. So it started talking about this rebel spirit that I think I have and the brands had. And then I said, I really want us to feel wild at heart. And so how the wild at heart, it went into like some of those animal print things that you'll see in the show, like the lynx print jacket. And also there was a young artist that I had become close with, Machine Gun Kelly, who is actually the face of the brand right now and looks amazing in that jacket. And he got me inspired because he's wild, really wild at heart, but he's the biggest sweetheart I know too. And he uses his voice. He really does. And he wanted to be in my show, and which was really kind of a crazy thing. He called me and said he wanted to be in the Runway show in New York. And he was flying in from Europe because he was over there. He had a #1 single and was going to fly back for it. And I just thought, there's a guy that's wild at heart for sure. That's the great thing about most of the I guess you call them celebrities, artists that wear our clothes. They've come to us in their own way organically, and it makes it even more special. It really does, because I'm so knocked out that they want to wear my clothes and they're excited to be wearing them. And it's like, wow, how lucky am I?
Well, what would you say everybody needs to have in their wardrobe? I mean, is leopard the new neutral? I mean, what's happening?
Well, that's not for everybody. I think it's fun, but it definitely isn't for everybody. But I always say, every guy needs a great leather jacket in their wardrobe. It's the kind of thing that 10 years from now you'll pull out, and it feels even better. And someone was talking to me a few minutes ago and said, "What's the one piece that you have in your wardrobe that's the oldest that you have?" And I said, "It's funny that you're asking, but it's a leather jacket from 1974, I'm older, that I got when I was in high school, that I saw in an album cover from Iggy Pop, Iggy and the Stooges, and I want that jacket." And I found out what the jacket was and who made it, and I bought that jacket, and it fits me slimmer today, but it does still fit. And it's all worn out. It has holes and the lining's all shredded. But that jacket is and I said, it's the one thing, if I had a fire, God forbid, I'd have to run in to get. But I find every guy needs a great leather jacket for sure.
Okay, so there's a great band performing tonight, a surprise, and I think you curated this band.
Yes, for sure. You want me to talk about them? Okay, yeah.
Are we allowed to?
Yeah, so they were in our campaign last season, but Vintage Trouble. They're an amazing band. They actually live in Southern California and LA right now. They're from all over. The members are from all over the country and world. But I fell in love with them. I actually saw them a number of years ago, and then I actually saw them on tour with The Who. They've toured with the Rolling Stones, and they're just one of those amazing live bands. Everything about them is fantastic. Their songs are great. The stage performance is great.
Okay, my last question for you, because I know you have a joint record label now, and you're so into rock music. What can we expect? You signed Bad Flower, first band.
Yeah.
What can we expect with this?
Well, I've had a record label for the last 3 or 4 years. I had it with Universal Music, and we had a #1 album with Zach Brown Band, and so we've done some good things. But I've just formed a new partnership with Scott Borchetta and Big Machine Records, and Scott does everybody from Taylor Swift to Florida Georgia Line and Cheap Trick, and he's the guy to me, and we're good buddies, and we just love music. And so you can see, you're going to expect great music, and Bad Flower will be the first artist that we're putting out there in the studio right now. And we believe they're an amazing band, and they're going to do great things.
And rock and roll is not dead, right?
No, it for sure is not dead. And I'll tell you right now, speaking about the wild at heart and rebel spirit, right now is the time for rock and roll, because now's the time for those artists that have the angst to show it in their music, to show it in their songwriting, and that's when rock and roll is strongest. That's when hip-hop and rock and roll is strongest, is when there's angst, and there's a lot of angst in this country right now.
But they can make a difference, and that's what we need.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then my last question is, when are you going to do a women's line? Please dress me in that, please.
You can be my muse for sure.
Okay, all right. You heard it here first on the Pulse. He said that. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. We can't wait for the show.
Great to see you again. Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
We'll see you next time.